You've been shut down before.
I believe it.
They've had one of our episodes and hijacked us.
Hey, yeah, from, it's Lululemon, I see that.
There?
But is it like,
BPA?
yeah.
I think so.
Dude, the other day I was at the gas pump and I saw there's a caution sign on the actual handle.
Mm-hmm.
And I never read it before. But the sign actually, if you read it underneath, it says, "Do not insert in mouth or rectum."
No, it does not.
I promise you, dude. I took a picture. I'll send it to you.
I gotta see this picture.
Look,
I believe it.
a lot of people have been getting COVID lately. Okay? And I've come up with a new COVID test.
Nice.
Here it is,
This is
Kevin.
a good one.
Listen.
This is the new COVID test?
This is a new COVID test. It's approved by me, okay?
Nico's invented it.
I have one too.
If you stick your finger in your booty hole
Okay.
and then you sniff it, you sniff your finger.
Oh my gosh.
If it smells like crap, you do not have COVID.
Because
That's
you
what I
can
was
smell
gonna
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fart in your face.
See? You like that?
The fart in your face COVID
Hey.
test.
MTV turns 40 years old.
Whoa.
This year. MTV, thanks for 14 years of music.
Yeah. 30s, 26, whatever the other numbers are.
Yeah, it's a crap, dude. 40 years old and they only played 14 years of music.
Yeah.
You're
MTV
right.
took a drastic turn when
Reality TV.
reality TV.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what
Do you
happened.
remember
Dang,
that
that
show
is true,
Next?
dude. Yes.
They come out on the bus and like the person had to date 3 people on the spot.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And then they're-
dude, I never thought about
And
that.
sometimes they do marathons, and I remember watching like all day of Next.
I got really big into like the battles. You know, when it was like the real world battle against
Oh,
blah blah blah.
yeah,
They put them like
yeah.
on a beach, and there was like all
Challenges.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
I love that, dude. But you got me on this, Nico. 14, so that was it. After that, they stopped playing because back in our day, you
Yeah.
probably don't remember this. Like the music videos.
Oh,
that
dude,
shit
I used
was
to
all-
man, I'd come home
great.
after school,
It was
watch
all-
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't able to come home after school and watch it because we couldn't afford MTV. But I would go to a friend's house and
then
watch it. You know, and I loved it, dude. We would go to Joe's house, dude. I would watch over there. And I would sit in front of that TV all day and watch that shit.
And we
Man.
put a lot of effort
And then they had,
into
like, they had
producing and all
yeah.
that.
Like blocks where they would do like, besides having like the top 20 of the month or week or whatever it was, they would do like Yo MTV Raps where every it was all rap videos, and then they do Headbangers Ball, which was nothing but
Oh my
like
God.
hardcore metal fans. Yeah, so thanks MTV
Yeah,
for
thank you.
Do you think they can bring music videos back? Because even BT had,
I mean, I think now you have YouTube.
I know, but
We
still,
love you,
like,
YouTube.
Like
Love
YouTube
you.
is great, but like I mean, do you think? I bet if they marketed it a different way, they probably could.
But where
somehow.
would you watch it? Because my TV, I just
stream now.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's true,
I
nobody
don't
has
like.
it.
I have Fubo for all sports, and then Netflix,
What if you just wanted to
Amazon.
watch like a block of music?
YouTube on the mix. Like
You can mix it on the YouTube.
Yeah,
I think you
you
can
can
create a
write this down.
playlist.
yeah.
A lot
You
of shit
can
I
create a
don't know.
playlist. You can create a playlist on YouTube.
playlist.
You can also go on there, search like an artist,
And they have playlists.
and they have
too.
playlists that you can. Yeah, that YouTube has all kinds of playlists and stuff that you can do also. But if you don't have a plan, then you're going into commercials.
Well, let's welcome in our guest. You know,
Welcome. Yeah, we went off topic
We're
here.
going all in. It's the We Don't Know Jack show.
Welcome. Happy Wednesday.
Yeah, this is the ace, the king. I'm the joker. And we've got Andrea Cadavid.
Cadavid!
He
Cadavid
did it. He did it
of
right.
Cadavid Properties. Give us the real. Give us the Colombian version of your name.
Yeah, yeah.
Andrea Cadavid.
There we go. It sounds really good like that. I
Just
just like
rolls off the
David is like I don't know.
Okay.
Cadavid.
And we like to a couple times during the show, at least once in the beginning and once at the end, or twice at the end. Let's tell everybody where you're at. That way, while they're watching the show, how can they find you?
So I'm mostly active on Instagram, and it's gonna be Realtor in the Loop.
Okay.
And I love that tag.
I know.
That is a really good
I
tag.
know. struggle.
How long did it take for you to find that?
I'm not gonna take credit. My ex came up with it. Yeah.
Nice. That's a good one. to
Yeah, I
have.
know. So
Yeah.
thank you.
I think probably after this year, you should probably just take all the credit from then on. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah.
enough years of like,
Enough years of stuff like it's past already. You know what I mean?
like non-competing agreement
Yeah,
kind of thing.
all that's out the
okay,
window.
now it's me. I
You
came
know what
up
I mean?
with it.
It's all the way you. You know what I mean? That's a good one.
I check all of our we don't know JAK Instagram followers, like the new ones that we get. And somebody came on today. I can't remember what the front part of it was, but it was in the loop, and I didn't know
Might
if
have
it,
been Jesse.
what's the rest of his handle.
Well, he just changed it to Jesse in the loop.
Okay, I think
What?
that was it.
Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, he's my title rep. He's a great person.
Okay.
Oh, I
never
thought we were.
both-
I
gonna-
wondered.
I was like,
no,
are we
I thought
gonna
it must
jump
have
this
something to
dude
do
or
with
what?
you coming on.
No, but I saw he recently changed it. I'm like, yo, the loop, and he's like, dude, it's the best thing I could come up with. And I'm like, I'm not hating. I like it.
Yeah.
I
He
like
used
it
to
a
be
lot
Jesse
too.
in the Heights because he lived in the Heights.
Yeah,
he's
that's
in the loop.
doesn't have the same kind of ring.
Mm,
It's in the
yeah.
loop.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm not.
Loop. All right. So do you mainly show properties inside the loop? Is that like where did it?
So the loop came because I've been living in the loop probably for five years now.
Okay.
But I work all over Houston. My ultimate goal is to niche down to the loop. So we're working on that. I'm working on that.
Yeah. Is that your favorite area of Houston?
I live there. I play there. I connect with that lifestyle. I enjoy being there. So I want to work with people that feel the same way about being in the city
Okay.
or like surrounding areas.
So for an old fogey like me, tell me what is that lifestyle? What?
So you probably don't have kids.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we do call them like dinks. Dual income, no kids. But you probably have a dog
I'm
or
learning
two
I think I'm a
or
dink.
three.
I guess.
Dual income, no kids.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you're a dink.
I'm a dink. I like it.
Wow.
You like being outdoorsy. You obviously like going out. You like going to sporting events.
Oh yeah, because you just went to the.
Manchester versus
You know that
Club America.
Emmanuel was there with Julio and Nathan, my nephew.
Oh, they were? Dude, it was such a good game.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
So real quick, we just connected to Spotify and Google and Apple Podcasts. So if you want to plug your name one more time, let's do that real quick.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
We just went on
We're here
there on
with
that.
Andrea Cadavid.
David.
Andrea
For everyone
Cadavid. Why
listening on audio.
don't you give them your handles again so Spotify and Google
Yeah.
can hear?
So my Instagram handle is Realtor in the Loop, and I also do have a YouTube channel, and it's I think it's my name, Andrea Cadavid.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll find out for sure what it is.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the link.
Yeah, put it in the
But I
link.
wanted to finish up telling me, as an old fogey person.
I apologize for interrupting. We just
All right, man,
went
we'll
on the
forgive
spot.
you.
As an old person in Houston who's lived here my whole life, and she's inside the loop, and she's telling us about the lifestyle of that type of clientele.
I think it's just like an 8 for me. I want to work with people that I'm gonna enjoy working with, and that's kind of like what my clients are. They're fun. I mean, some of them do have kids.
So
I think it's 50-50. You're most likely gonna have a pet.
you're saying cocaine?
My
We'll
bad.
lean twice.
They are Colombian.
They are so much more than that.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's a jokester. 'cause
Yeah,
you know that.
I am a
He
jokester.
says that.
If your
We do
dad is
call
watching, you know, it's
Nico
like,
the
yeah.
Joker because he is a Joker,
Yeah.
and I don't think it can be turned off.
Never.
Me and Mikey discuss this all the time. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a
Sometimes you just have to
non-Joker.
ignore it and
Yeah.
like move it on to
Yeah,
the
just
next.
move on.
Yeah, that's what my
Measuring
wife
up.
does.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
so
feel
I
bad
think-
for her.
So I think that's awesome. I feel that's important though, right? Understanding and knowing the kind of people that you want to connect with, and you being in that area, and man, watching your stuff on social media is great because when you do the videos, like, and when you go to these areas and like you're showing people like check out this bar or check out like this little lounge area, like I think that really helps people.
Like showcasing
Yes,
what's near
what's
a
near
particular
and around,
home
yeah.
or a particular development that you can walk to, bike to.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think what you do, like when you make your videos, I really, really think they're really good. I love them.
The videos are pretty good too. Like I was like, man, how can we borrow some? Like who's filming those?
So I do have a videographer, and it takes a while to think of the scripting, reach out to the business. So sometimes you don't hear back for a while until you can coordinate schedules for everybody. So his name's Jonathan, and it's awesome because he could do per video or a contract, whichever works best for you. So we were doing long form videos during the pandemic, and now switched to short form reels. And to that, we're like filming at my house, and I call it batching.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll sit there for an hour or two, and we'll just bang them out, like all the reels we can.
Oh, you'll do a bunch all at once?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that
Change
way...
shirts and everything like that? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds funny, but it's the most time effective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So during the week, I'm posting stuff that I've already recorded.
Yeah.
So we kind of switched to that because I feel like Instagram is shifting to that too.
Just short reels.
I mean, YouTube is great. Obviously, it's always going to be there, and you should be putting content on YouTube too, but it's
As a realtor?
different,
Yeah.
yes, it's a different platform. Like you got a long form, and then Instagram is just kind of short form, I think is where it succeeds.
For dinks, where are they going social media? What are they using?
I think Instagram, I'm not a TikTok user, but I have friends that use TikTok.
For realtor?
What's TikTok?
TikTok,
Just curious.
I think it's like kind of like Instagram's reels, short form videos. I have a lot of
I
friends.
kind of know what it is, but we're too old to know.
But you're right about the reels on Instagram. Like for us, when we started posting videos and reels,
Yeah.
the views that we were getting were...
They want to help out the content creator and then put you on the discover page, so you can be in front of more people that are looking for specific things like your type of service, which is awesome.
It really is.
Yeah.
I've put my marketing team, we've sat down and we started working. Okay,
It's a whole other job. Yeah.
It is, and that's the hardest part because I don't have that much time because I'm, and so having someone else kind of come in and then help with the ideas and then putting them out.
Yeah, putting it all together for you. Yeah.
Andrea, do you think, like, I thought about this question and I sent it to you. Like, you have, money's not a factor. Think of yourself in Houston. I mean, of course, you can live anywhere if money's not a factor. But if you're going to stay in Houston, are you always going to be in the loop? Or as you get older, are you thinking, what's your favorite area of town? If you go, money is not a concern, this is where I would be.
Is it even in Houston?
Yes.
Well, no, I want to see Houston one.
But it has to be in Houston.
Yeah.
That's a great question. I'm going to go with my number one dream place would be the Heights.
Okay.
But second to that would be Garden Oaks and Oak Forest because of how much land, which we were talking about, how much land you could get. So if you do want to build something or get something that's already been built, you're going to get a large size home with a nice size backyard where you can have a pool if you wanted to. So I think that's where, as I get older and yes, hopefully have a family, where I'm going to change to.
Yeah. So you'll be realtor outside the loop. You have to change your handle.
Now she can still be realtor in the loop because she might live outside the loop, but she's
working in the loop. Yeah.
In the loop.
But they won't be dinks anymore.
So I have a question. So Houston, you answered Houston. Is there any other place that you would live if you could go anywhere in the United States?
Man, that's tough. Honestly, no. I love Houston.
You love Houston.
And I get asked that a lot. And people sometimes think it's because I'm a realtor, but no, I genuinely love Houston.
Me too.
Houston is awesome.
I love the opportunities. I mean, I'm an immigrant myself, so coming here and having my own business in this town, like, there's just so many opportunities here, and the lifestyle is more affordable as well than in other states.
Mm-hmm.
So you just mentioned it. Tell us about Cadavid Properties. So,
How many times are you gonna chop that up?
yeah, I'm gonna just, that's from now on.
I
It's
forgive
Cadavid
you.
properties.
Yeah.
So you work with your dad.
So we own the company together. We don't work the deals together.
Okay.
So I have my deals, he has his deals, and then we have projects together. So we invest and we build together. But he has his own clients, I have my own clients.
How long ago did y'all form the company? Or
So the company started in 2013.
okay.
2010. I don't know. I've been in the business coming up 9 years. So right
Okay.
out of
So he
college.
started before
Yes.
you were out of college.
And he's been in the business since 2003.
So whatever we say on time, you just have to add 2 years because COVID. It's the way it works. Like, 2 years ago was really 4 years.
4 years
ago.
Did you
So-
always know that you were going to join him?
No, I didn't. And I think it was because he never pressured or put that on me. He was like, go to college, figure out what you want to do, like expand your world. And if you do want to do real estate when you're done, I'm here. So I went to college. I got a marketing degree with a minor in sales. And there was a selling program that I joined where we actually had to sell. And we had partners like State Farm or Schlumberger, where you can be recruited to work for them and sell. During that process, I realized, why go do a short sale more like less personable when I could go do something like my dad where he's actually helping people out and he enjoys it.
Yeah.
So after that, I got my license and just started shadowing him. So that's one thing if people are trying to get into real estate, the number one advice would be get a mentor. Get somebody that's wanting to give you all the shortcuts, teach you the ways. And in that sense, I did get lucky because he did teach me a lot. But we also did butt heads.
I would imagine. Yeah.
We were both butting heads because certain things he has an old school mindset, and that's fine.
Yeah. And he's your dad.
Yeah. And it's my dad.
Yeah.
So I was living at home, working from home, being with him. It was like 24/7 him.
Yeah.
So we did get on each other's nerves. But I think maybe 3 to 5 years after, where I genuinely understood what I was doing and knew completely, like I didn't have to ask him, hey, would you do this or that? That's when we were both like, we're cool.
Yeah.
We're coasting now.
Kevin
So
works.
it's
Kevin
great.
works with his dad.
Yeah, so I work with my dad, my wife, my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
My mom's in there too.
My wife's watching today. We had a horrible day. I love you, babe. I'll be home soon, and we'll eat some Valiums together. I don't drink, but shit, a bottle of wine sounds really good. Shauna said the same thing. So, yeah, working with the family is stressful. I got a couple comments coming in here. One's asking, does Texas have a down payment assistance program to help buyers?
Yes.
From PA Group?
Group.
PA Group? And then we got Jack on the line, too. Jack and
So there is, Texas does have down payment assistance programs, anywhere ranging between 3 to 5%. There is income qualifications as well as credit qualifications. So the best thing to do is talk to your preferred lender, or I can connect you with a lender that can see if you do qualify for these programs.
I'm gonna answer the question. Call her and she will make whatever you need happen. That's the answer to that question. Call me.
Nice.
Hit me on the celly.
When I looked at their website, it was talking about helping international families.
So that's our tag because, yes, so my dad's been in the business and we have a lot of foreign nationals. So people that are from Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela. I specifically not as much as he does, but we are seeing that, especially with certain economic things that are happening, like in Colombia. People are wanting to get their money out. And so from Mexico too. So there's possibility for you to either buy a primary residence or investment properties. So people are choosing to get their money out and into something safer here, especially in Houston.
So I saw some type of article somewhere, or maybe you said this, or
it might have been the one I said.
And it was that there was a lot of people coming, buying or just people buying up properties and putting them up for rent and then driving the market up or something like that, right? Where they were just charging more because there's not that many rental properties available, or
I don't think it's charging more purposely. I mean, I'll have an example. I have a client of mine, she's a friend from college. She bought her first investment property, first year phenomenal in Katy, and then that lease was up. We put it on the market right last year. People were bidding over.
Yeah.
So it's not that, hey, I chose the price up here, is that people were competing for this rental on their own.
For the rental property.
Yeah. Because
Wait,
it was in a
to
great
rent it or to buy?
to rent it.
Okay. Wow.
To rent it. I mean, I remember accepting someone and this agent was like, we'll offer 200 over. And I was like, I'm sorry, I've already told this family yes. Like, we're not gonna. But I don't think that it's purposely them being like, we're gonna list it up high.
mm-hmm.
No,
It's
it's just
the
people
market
are
was-
wanting a specific home, they're gonna offer more for it.
And that was happening with the housing market for the last 2 years. It seems like.
Yes.
And a lot of what I saw was people coming in from out of state, and they're not even doing like inspections. They're not even like
They
sight
were
unseen.
waiving everything. So Austin, I think, was a little bit crazier than Houston, but yes, it was just waiving everything. You couldn't do inspections. Like, I mean, you remember your process. We were able to negotiate on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
This was just like no, and you offer $20,000 over. So
How much of y'all's business, percentage wise, if you just had to guess, is coming from out of the city? Like,
for me personally, not that much.
okay,
I think maybe like 20%, but I think on my dad's end, he's probably seeing a higher
okay,
percentage.
of
That's
people
pretty awesome.
purchasing outside.
Her
of it.
dad's a hustler, man.
Yeah, he does.
Her dad is so.
He's passionate.
Yeah, he works hard. There's like so I have, and I'm not like to be like, I have an uncle, you know what I mean, that was in the game, you know, in doing real estate also, and I think they were, I don't know if they like at the same time or they were worked together at that time, but your dad was just boom, and my uncle was just kind of just like coasting the whole time.
You know,
and my thing from the outside looking in was that your dad went all in.
Yeah.
Your dad was all in, and it's like, this is what I'm doing, and we're surviving, and
he
we're
went
gonna make
through
it
the
happen.
crash. Like,
Yeah.
he made it happen. I was too young then, but if he made it through that.
Yeah. And then I would look at my uncle, and I'm like, what is it? And I don't know, right? I don't really know, but in my mind, from the outside looking in, I was just like, he didn't trust in himself enough to let go of this and say, you know what, I don't want the side job. I'm all in.
Yeah.
You know, and that her dad was like, you know, he came here, and then not in too many years later, he had his shit going. You know, he was really good.
Also because he had a great woman by his side.
And I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
You know.
She made us come to
woman.
this country, start from zero.
How old were you?
10.
Okay, wow.
So we sold everything over there in Colombia, and she's like, my cousins are there, they're wanting to give us a hand to get on our feet.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, we were all, I don't know if we were scared, but I know it was, I mean, you're leaving everything you know.
Yeah.
Imagine leaving America right now, you know,
Yeah.
going somewhere else. Yeah.
And then he got here, and I mean, obviously the Immigrant Story, there was hard. I remember looking back now and being like, whoa, like my dad was busting his ass.
Yeah.
Before he even got to selling cars or real estate, he was doing crappy jobs.
Yeah.
And learning English, and now he has this, you know.
The American dream.
Yeah.
This was a question that came from somebody that watches the show, and that might be me. Does like when it's 1,000,000 degrees outside,
God, it sucks.
does that hurt your business? Like, how
No, that's when you're selling the most.
is it?
Spring and summer are the highest selling months. Besides from COVID was just like the craziest because there was no seasonality to that year. But usually spring and summer are like our highest selling. So we're out there in the heat.
Like, people want to get out there in the heat
They don't want to, but it's the time that it's the
because of
best to
school.
move.
Because
yes.
Yeah, they're trying to get
Yes.
But you're selling to
locked in
dinks.
before school.
No, I'm just. I'm
Yeah,
sure it has something.
Most people are making their moves around that time.
Around the summertime.
And yeah, it's freaking hot.
Do you have to carry multiple sets of clothing?
Yes, or I go home and shower.
How many times? What's the most amount of times you showered?
Three.
I walked to the mailbox and I got booty sweat.
I was doing like an open house this weekend, and I was dying just putting up the signs.
It's awful.
It sucks, but I mean, yeah. When I started, I would wear like office like dresses and everything and heels, and then about a month after, I was like, "Fuck that!" Now it's like jeans and the polo.
For those of y'all on Spotify and Google, she said "f that," but not. She actually said the F word.
The fuck word?
Yeah.
We're notorious for cussing too much on this show.
Yeah, well, I'm considered.
Yeah, that's, man, 3 showers in a day.
Yeah, it's hot.
That is unbelievable.
When it comes to like, let's say you have like 5 properties you're trying to sell, what the connections that you have with other real estate agents, is that usually like, are you guys saying, hey, I have this house, you send them the specs and see if they have any potential buyers, or is it more of just like put it on the market? Like, how are you getting people?
I think networking with agents is so important. When I started the business, I thought that it was annoying and a waste of time, but I value that so much now because yes, you can send them vice versa, but aside from just sharing inventory or what's coming onto market, just real estate has so many paths you can take. And like, I just met an agent probably a year ago who does pretty much property management, and he's his own broker, but we built a connection where if I was looking for a specific home, especially in the mid 200s where first time home buyers were just getting wrecked, I was like, do you have anything coming that might go on the market? And he can check. Or if somebody's like, hey, I'm gonna buy something, I need somebody to manage it. I don't manage, but I could be like, hey, I have somebody great that can take care of that. And I show up for my client and I refer them to somebody that's gonna, take care of them.
Yeah, of course.
And it just keeps going like that. I have a friend that mainly does commercial real estate. So we're always I look at it as we live in a world of abundance. So if I can't help somebody else, if I can't help this person, I know somebody else can. Or if I can connect them to that person, I feel good by that. I am a solo agent, or when I'm out of town, I'm usually traveling with my parents. If I need somebody to show something or help me out, I have 2 to 3 agents that I'm like, hey, can you help me out? And vice versa. I'll be like, hey, I'll get you dinner, or I'll pay for this when I get back. And the response I've gotten is like, no, I'm gonna need you to help me when I'm out of town, because in case they're solo agents too, we're helping each other out that way.
And how hard is it, do you think, for an agent starting off to be a solo agent? Or because most agents have to work for
you're always gonna start out at a brokerage.
Right?
Yeah, and you need at least 4 years as an agent before you can apply for your brokerage license and a certain amount of deals. So I think working at a team to start out is great, because you're gonna have like that mentorship. You're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna have somebody that you could go to and ask questions, because you're out showing and people are asking you stuff. You need to have somebody that you're like, hey, they asked me this, I don't know what the answer is. You have that.
Yeah.
I have friends that ask me about it, and I'll recommend them to certain brokerages or teams that I think have a great foundation for you to get going.
We had one of our viewers ask if you work with any builders. Do you work with any builders?
So specifically, no, but I go tour and showcase their communities and try to befriend them. So if are they asking like a big builder or like an independent builder?
He's just saying there's
I think
great
it's Bob the
information.
Builder,
Do you represent Bob the Builder? Do you represent any builders? This is all great information. You're getting a lot of comments on here that people are saying that you're an awesome realtor.
Aww.
Super personable.
There was one person that said no, that's not true.
Yeah, we're deleting some of the comments as we go. Also, to all the viewers right now, we're live right now. There might be a little latency
I hate
on
you
it.
guts.
there might be a little latency on the feed right now, so if we're glitching out at all, it'll be re-uploaded and it won't have any quality issues.
Damn, here comes the excuses.
The excuses, man. I'm a shitty producer. We're doing the best we can, guys. Sorry.
No, man, that is a real deal license. When it comes to going live, it's a real deal thing. Like if you're not above like minimum is
Quality.
like 50, you're whatever. Like it's gonna skip. You know what I mean? There's gonna be latency.
That's horrible. So the other day I saw you had a post, and I had seen this graph already from somebody else. So I don't know if it like floats out there. The realtor community has it, you know. But I like the way you displayed it while you were talking, and you were basically talking about how we had these 2 years, you know, through COVID, post-COVID, or maybe it was more than 2 years, where everything was like super, you know, like movement was high, and then everything's falling back down. Can you explain that for us?
So yeah, during COVID, the past 2 years, we've had an accelerated appreciation. So a normal appreciation you're gonna see would be around 2 to 3% per year, but during COVID, we were seeing like 17%. So people were fighting for those homes. Now we're starting to see maybe pre-pandemic levels of normalizing the market, and I like it. I want it to go to a more balanced market.
Why would you like? I mean, because
one, I work with primarily first-time home buyers, and the fact that I mean, I even saw a reel of this guy saying like how you look at a house and it's just like them running through the house and being like, do you like it? Okay, submit an offer. It was like that.
Yeah.
So you don't even get to appreciate all these things or negotiate. You know, you just have to be like, hey, did you like it or whatever? Yeah. Let's go. And then be like, I don't even remember what this looked like. It wasn't fun. It was burning out my clients, and it was burning me out too. So I think to take a step back and be like, hey, let's negotiate on closing costs. Let's do this. I think you'd be better off if we just submit an offer like this. It feels better. And they're able to like breathe, take a moment to take it in. Also, we did see an uptick on people terminating contracts during their option period because of this.
they were getting higher offers.
No, or people were like, oh, I don't want this house.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know, you were
They felt rushed.
you blinked, you
Yeah.
offered, and then you're like, ooh, I don't think I want this.
Yeah.
And then you terminate. So getting cold feet. So we're seeing a higher percentage of like terminating contracts during the first few days.
Okay.
So I think it's really healthy to have a balanced market, and we're not there. We're not going to be there for a while.
This is still a seller's market?
It is.
Okay.
So yes, sellers can't be, I don't want to say delusional, but aspirational. When you list you want this and you think this is what it's worth, we have to be aware of the market shifting. One, because the interest rates are going up. So
Right.
there's a less of a pool of buyers because their purchasing power went down.
Yeah.
So we got to realize that you're still, if you're getting 1 to 2 offers, maybe in 15 to 30 days, it's okay. That's normal.
Yeah. Where
So-
you were getting like what, 20 offers?
I mean, I offer one, so in the mid 200s price point, you're still seeing like I submitted an offer, and an agent told me we had 43 showings, 12 offers, and we chose, like, unfortunately we didn't win the offer, but they were still seeing that much activity, and this was like 2 weeks ago.
what is mid 200s?
250.
Like, no, like what does that get you? Are we talking about if we're talking about in the loop, or was this outside the loop?
It's outside. This was Cyprus.
What does a first time buyer need to expect as far as like how much of a home am I getting for $250,000?
So first time home buyer, with what happened, they're having to be more flexible. So maybe looking at this house as in, this is gonna be my 3 to 5 year home, and then I'm gonna sell it to get my like amazing home. So it's just shifting how you view it. And I know it's hard because as a first time home buyer, there's so much emotion attached to it. But you gotta be able to like be flexible on some of your must-haves.
Or you have to go in a totally different area, right? Like if you go out in Cyprus and you're trying to get a $250,000 home, you could probably get your dream house, but you're having to go.
Hockley.
You're having to go further out to Hockley, or you're having to go to like somewhere in the hood or something, right?
But I'm saying like it's good that things are kind of balancing out and people aren't trying to list their house up here, so that way they do have that chance of maybe meeting more of their needs without having to give up so much as they were in the past 2 years.
What are helpful tips that you give to new home buyers?
Like they already bought the home, or they're in the process?
They're in the process, or they've never had a home and they're contacting you, or you're just giving some random stranger, your expertise on what to expect or what they should do as far as first time home buying.
I think the first step is just talking to your real estate professional, because they're going to understand exactly what you want and be able to show you like the activity of that specific area. So you're more of like, okay, based on this price point, this is how much I can expect monthly. I am comfortable with that. And then talking to the lender, because you want to make sure that your credit score is where you need it to be. And if it's not, you have plenty of time to work on it. So sometimes I get people that are like, well, I'm not going to buy for another 2 years. Perfect. Let's talk now. So by the time 2 years comes around, we've had set you up for success. You're going to get the best out of everything. So making sure your credit's good, bringing down your debt, and saving up. I know somebody asked about buyer programs. Yes, those are out there, but if you can save up, you don't need the 20%, because most people think, oh, I need 20% to get in a home.
Yeah.
If you have it, great. If you don't, 5%, 3 to 5% is going to be enough. And it's better than thinking, I'm going to save up till get 20%. Well, prices are still going up and time's passing by. You could have already been in your home, starting to pay that.
People want to do that to get rid of PMI, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
So that's the main reason for the 20%, so
Right.
you don't have to have mortgage insurance, correct?
But if you have strong credit and you get a conventional loan with 5% down, like I'm seeing people getting $80 a month for a PMI.
Really?
Wow. So a lot of times
when
it used to be in a
your
couple
credit score is
hundreds, though, right?
strong, you're gonna get something good. And with conventional, once you get to owing 80% of the loan, you can ask the bank to get rid of your PMI.
Keyword, you can ask them. They're not going to do it.
They'll do it.
Will they?
They'll do it, but they'll do it like at a 10-year mark.
Yeah.
But
we
if
had
you,
to ask for ours. I was like, why are they still charging for us?
you have to bring it up to them. And like some people, let's say if you bought the home 5 years ago and you've taken advantage of the appreciation that happened the past 2 years and you've been paying down your mortgage, you could get there faster than what they anticipate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know one of our cousins, Natalie, she had it, and I think she's had the home for 3 years and she was able to get rid of the PMI.
I mean, I think the point that you said about like helping someone get ready, so then in 2 years or whatever, they're doing the right things to buy a house. I think that part right there is just so valuable to the people that think in their mind
it's too soon.
that I can't buy a house, or I just, you know what, I don't have the money, I don't know what to do. I think people like you that are able to educate those people, because I have one of my employees, one of our goals, right? Because I want to work with him. And I told him about you, and he's like, oh man, I'm just not ready. I can't do it. And I was like, have a conversation with her. And in the next year, 2 years, you'll be able to faster than you think you can.
Yeah. We set up the plan. We work on the plan specific to him.
Yeah. And I told him, so hopefully we'll, we'll be, because I'm pushing him in that direction. I know if I get you there and he's there, then he'll be a lot more comfortable to kind of get into that space,
you realize.
Because I for me one of my employees is like, not now, but like, how can I help to get him
going in
the
the right
future,
direction.
So I told him all about you. He might be watching Marvin.
Yeah.
What's up, big dog?
What's up, Marvin?
Right? This is the young lady I was telling you about who's going to help you get there.
I think sometimes too, another myth is people that have student loans think that they can't purchase a home, but there's a certain way the bank looks at the student loan that is not like a huge amount. They just take a percentage of it.
What
And
about health, medical
bills?
Because I think that's different too, right?
Yeah, it is different too. So that's what I'm saying. People have this like, oh, I have this medical bill, I have these student loans, I won't get qualified. That is not it at all.
So the best advice is just get in touch with you and answer the questions, ask the questions.
Yes.
Drea, my credit score is 350. I
got
have $1
$5
million worth of debt.
Have a Cadillac.
Is there a 2? Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Speaking of goals, though, someone did ask, what's the big picture for your real estate career? You have 10-year, 20-year goals? Where do you see yourself?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question.
It is. It's important.
I mean, personal or like business wise?
Let's go both.
So you don't have a 2-year plan for your own life. That's what I'm getting here.
I mean, it's real personal. I have written these goals out. So.
Sometimes they might be the same goals. You know, the personal and business could be one and the same.
Yeah, I mean, the
Year
business,
1, stay fresh. Is that?
That's up there.
Okay.
So business wise, I just hired a virtual assistant to do most of my social media because, like we said, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
So I would want to, in the next couple of years, get a in-person assistant and then hire a buyer's agent and then a listing agent. So I want to grow my team. I don't see myself being a huge brokerage, but maybe staying as like my solo team with people to help support me.
Okay.
Are you wanting a brick and mortar?
I kind of do, actually. I kind of do want that because I'm doing a lot of presentations and it'd be nice to bring people in if they wanted to, but a lot of it, because of COVID, has been Zoom. Like it's been, my conversion rate went up on getting people to approve, like talk to a lender, by a lot, because I would have the Zoom call like we did. I was able to pull up live homes, be able to explain what the monthly payment would be, what the actual inventory was. So we wouldn't be out there and be like, well, I want a low ball. Well, no, remember we saw the market. So things like that has helped me. As soon as I would end the call, people would be like, I already applied with the lender. Because I send a link with all the notes and the lenders to talk to.
Yeah.
And then my lender would be like, so-and-so already applied. Like, it would just make it
that quick.
Yeah, because I was presenting everything. I wouldn't have to be like, well, think about this. No, it was like on the screen, actual to date data on what was happening.
I feel you on that, wanting to have like a space, but still being like so much has gone to Zoom.
Yeah.
But that space is.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I have my house and I work from one of the rooms, but it's still nice to step away, and I'm more productive when I'm somewhere else.
And productive. You're both.
My Spanish.
This is coming in from
Nico.
From Houston party guy.
From Joker.
It looks like he's saying
Joker in the loop.
Yeah. Ari, do you like to party? And what are the best places to party for nightlife?
I do like to party, but I think I don't really go to the places most people go to. So I like to go to the Heights, and those are more like chill bars, the spots that I like. And then if it is for dancing, there's a new place in Udo called Paradise Palace.
Paradise Palace.
There's a lot of reggaeton. There's a lot of Bad Bunny being played.
Oh, that's dope. Is this a new spot?
Yeah. Let's see, Fabian's off me, but it's very small. But if you want to dance salsa, Glorious. That's in Midtown.
We have one of our DJs there every Friday night.
Oh.
Nice. 00 commits.
Yeah, get that plug in.
Double O. We heard about you on the internet.
On the interweb.
Do dinks eat out?
Oh, yes.
What are the cool places that you go to eat?
So I'm a dink, and I Uber Eats 3 to 4 times.
No, I don't want Uber Eats. Where are you going?
I'm a lazy dink.
But you can find a good spot. There's so many. There's just so many good spots.
Yeah, but you got some favorite. You got one that's on the rotation. Like every month I go here. Like at least once a month I go here.
Oh man, much.
Too
This
many
one's
spots.
probably not going to be so much in the loop, but if people like ceviche, like
Mhm.
Peruvian ceviche,
Yeah.
I probably go here once a week. It's called Latin. I'm actually going tomorrow. Latin Bites.
Oh yeah,
Where's
yeah.
that
Or
at?
Latin
Kirby,
Bites,
I think.
Latin Bites on Kirby.
Like Galleria area.
I have heard of Latin Bites.
Let me see where else.
Is it better than Vida? Marisco.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
It is. It's different because it's Peruvian.
I don't.
Vida's
Vida
Mexican,
Marisca is like,
They got like 20 different ceviches.
yeah, it's
but it's not the same as Peruvian.
Oh, okay.
Vida is
Okay.
like,
It doesn't hit the same.
it ain't the same.
I mean, let's see, food wise, I like barbecue, Pinkertons,
Pinkertons.
Pinkertons
That's
is
in the
delicious.
Huey's, that's like Vietnamese.
Yeah,
I
that
probably
place
go
is
there
really good.
once a week too.
I live right down the. I used to live right down the street from
Okay.
there. We used to eat there a lot.
Yes, Huey's, they have
Huey's.
food.
We're like Vietnamese kind of fusion.
Yeah.
They don't do the pho
Yeah, yeah.
every night.
No, no,
It's
no.
kind of different. Yeah.
And then I guess if you're gonna like nice, Mad is new.
Man.
It's like Spanish.
You know, we did a
Usually-
fashion show there.
You did? That place is nice.
The place was really nice. When we were doing the site visit for the fashion show, they were unboxing this statue that they flew in from I don't know where. And I was like,
I mean, it's pricey,
holy cow.
but it's really good.
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's a cool spot. We did the fashion show there, which they were doing a movie premiere.
Really?
Yeah, RoboCop 7.
It was a movie premiere.
A Van Damme part
Movie
reduction.
premiere was
In Bayou.
about the what's it called? Human smuggling or
Trafficking.
human trafficking.
Oh, the movie was about that?
Yeah, it was
I believe it. I
it's like a
thought we're
documentary kind of movie thing. Yeah.
Oh, so it was, yeah, it was a documentary.
Yeah, and they showed it at the IMAX, IMAX because it's right there in the River Oaks.
This is the #1 city for.
I mean,
for
we have a
trafficking.
port.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's helping out. You know,
For
speaking
traffic or trafficking? Or both?
traffic.
of human trafficking.
Human
And traffic.
Yeah.
You know, there's this coffee shop in the Heights too called Second Cup,
Okay.
and they donate and they have a cause for helping fight human trafficking.
Second cup. That's
Second cup.
yeah.
Off
I'm gonna have to-
11.
I'm gonna have to
That's
go
dope.
I don't know if I've been there.
there. Second cup because I love a second cup of coffee.
Yeah,
Or a third or a fourth or a fifth.
sponsored
fourth.
by U.S.
Third or
Army.
fourth.
We're about 47 minutes in. I don't know if we want to.
Well,
get to
yeah,
some
we're
more
gonna get to it
after
because Drea asked her to have a way back. Yeah, as we do every time on this show, we have
Yeah.
a way back Wednesday. But leading into it, she's a pit bull owner. And I just asked her. I was like, "Did you crop the ears of your pit bull?" Or no, I what I said was you didn't crop the ears of your pit bull. But
Yeah.
what? Just because like.
No, because
It's mean.
I found
It's
her
not
when
a
she was
point.
no, I wouldn't do it. There's
There's
no
no point.
point. I think I found her when she was around 5.5 months old.
So the cropping of the ears was originally done, and some people do it for looks now, but it was originally done so they couldn't bite
Yeah.
when they would fight the dogs, and
They're
so they
fighting.
couldn't latch onto the ears.
Oh,
that was
I
the whole
didn't
point
know
of that. Yeah.
that.
So that's why they razor them off. Now it's just kind of a look. So
And
It's-
and the
it's
tail
totally
isn't long
unnecessary.
either, right?
Yeah.
it's totally
Yeah,
unnecessary.
there's no reason. Yeah, there's no-
Before we get to the way back Wednesday, though, we talked about the
She
recycling.
does have a wonky
Uh,
ear.
We talked about the
Nice.
recycling and us not putting the trash. And I set up a recycling bin for Nico because he's in the recycle business. And my dad goes, "What the hell do you think we're doing with this recycling stuff?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? It's for Nico." And so he goes, "They've been throwing it in the dumpster in the back."
Oh my god.
So I apologize for what we've done. Now we're taking the stuff home, and I'm actually here to present you an award.
Nice.
An award today.
Like
So this is for you, and we can see here.
Yeah.
This is Mosaic the Great Candemonian, most cans collected. And Nico, you are the winner for 2022.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to
Can we
give a
pause
shout
it?
out to my family.
Yeah.
My wife, Nicole. Thank you for all the support through the years. I love you. My kids, Noel and Nolan. You're the best. And this is for you.
Yeah.
Noel and
Kiss
Nolan,
it.
was that on purpose?
Yeah.
The other
We
day.
wanted to mix people up.
Man, so
Really
this guy
white-
has collected the most cans in the universe for 2022. So this is a really big accomplishment, Nico. And thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
huge.
saving the earth.
Hey,
That's
dude,
huge.
Is it
I'm telling you right now, this is going
likes
on my
having-
mantle at home. If somebody breaks into my house, I
like
may
how
use
the
this
Nico
instead of a
is,
gun
like,
to kill them.
Like, it's-
There's a-
This is awesome.
I
Thanks.
wish
you
you would
can't-
have written it with
You
like
can't take it home
crayons.
though. Can't take it
Oh,
home.
okay, gotcha. Is that what it is?
You can do whatever you want with that.
We recycled that trophy for other,
Other prizes.
yeah,
Yeah,
other
I'm gonna give it
prizes.
I'm gonna give it to the person who has their 2-year plan in order. You know?
Dang.
Who has a 2-year plan?
He's out of the. I'm
Yeah.
being a jerk.
All right, yeah. So way back Wednesday.
Let's hear about the pit bull.
All right, so it relates to real estate too. I had a client who I met at a housewarming party I hosted. We became friends there, and then she's like, "Well, I want to buy a home in the next year." So we finally get to the point where we start looking at homes, and we're. Have you guys familiar with acre homes?
Yeah,
The
just
Fofo?
down the street from it.
The
Yeah.
45?
Yes.
Yes.
So we were looking at lots for.
We used to go there all the time.
It's changed somewhat though.
Yeah, they've had a. There's an area that's up and coming.
We built
West
new
Montgomery.
construction there.
West Montgomery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we were caravanning. She was kind of in front of me. We were like, well, let's go look at this lot because there's going to be a home being built there. She was thinking about submitting an offer on. And as we're driving past the lot, it's right across the cemetery. So we're like, no. And then you see this dog, very neglected, bones, broken back leg, wobbling through, going into a ditch, and she just stops because her dog's a rescue and her mom rescues dogs. So she just stopped, and I'm on the phone with her, and I was like, no, dude, keep going. And she's like, no, you saw it. And I was like, I know what you're talking about. Just keep going. She's like, I have to get this dog, Drea. And I'm like,
Just pause for a second. For people that don't know Acres Homes,
oh, yeah, yeah.
West
Please
Montgomery, like-
expand.
it might be worse than Fifth Ward, honestly.
Well, not as much anymore. I mean, I have clients that have bought brand new construction there. Have you driven by there lately?
Yeah, I drive by there at least 2-3 times a year.
Well, recent.
She has to clean it up because she sold some houses over
No.
there.
I got
No,
you.
but that's-
I didn't catch what was going on here, Kim.
She's aware of it.
Oh.
No, but I mean, like, there's a lot of new construction in that area.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know there's a lot of revitalization within the city, so yeah.
Everywhere.
Oh, yes, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yes, it's still.
but
I wouldn't walk there.
I wouldn't want
Yeah.
my wife to
That's
stop.
All right, so let's
big
let's get
time.
back. You found the dog.
Gotcha.
You saw the dog.
Well,
That's a super safe area to play.
she was like hopping on, and I was like, no, I don't want to get this dog. And my friend was like, well, what? Help me get her. And she was trying to coerce the dog, and the dog was like growling at her. She had like this belt that she had chewed off, I guess whatever she was tied up to. And she finally got her out, and I picked her up and put her in my car. And then I was like, now what? It's a Sunday. And I'm like, what do we do? So we drove around to different vets that were open that day. It was fucking expensive for them to tell me she's okay. I was like,
But she has a broken leg?
God damn it.
Yeah.
So out of way, I brought her in and took pictures of her, and I started asking people, like, does anybody want to take this dog? Does anybody know what I could do with this dog?
Did you take her somewhere to get washed first?
No, well, I took her to the vet, and they were just like, no, she's fine. We're just emergency only today, so, like, just take her.
Mm-hmm.
So I took her home, and I put her in my bathtub, and I started bathing her, and she sat there and just put her head on my chest, and I was just like,
Yeah, that would be so.
she let me bathe her. She just sat there and, like, let me.
From a dink to a dink, man, that gets me in the heart right there.
I was just like, I did not want this dog. And then the next day, I took her to get her shots, and I was like, I don't want her. And then, like, well, if you leave her, I forgot what they told me, and I was just like, oh, I don't know. So I started a GoFundMe for her to get surgery on her knee, where I took her, the vet took x-rays, and he was like, it's probably gonna have to come off, but there's this guy that's amazing, and he sent me to him. He never saw my dog. They just asked me to email the x-rays, and he's like, yeah, just bring her in this day.
Yeah.
And I dropped her off, picked her up in the evening. It took a year, but her leg is fine.
Yeah. So they did not amputate it.
No.
Right.
Well,
She has 4 legs. She
Yeah.
sits wonky.
Yeah.
She, you know, you could see the scar, and
was it expensive?
it was $1,300, but I got $1,100 on the GoFundMe.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
That is,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
So it helped. I put a lot of money into her because she's a reactive dog around other dogs. So that's what I was afraid of, that she would bite another dog. So I've invested a lot in training, and she's amazing now. I mean, I'm still on top of it, but she's a very, very loving dog. I love her. So she changed my life. I wasn't ready for her, but...
You never are.
And
That's
that's
how
what
it
I
works.
asked a friend, because I was asking people, I'm like, should I keep this dog? I don't know. I like to travel. And one of my friends said, you are ready, but you're not ready. Like, you're never... It's either or, so just decide. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm keeping her.
Change your life.
And yeah, I love her. She's amazing. She's a big girl, strong. But I mean, my family loves her. My parents baby her. You treat her
That's
like
awesome.
a child. So I
Always,
got lucky.
like when I hear stories like that, you know, it just makes me think about like this. No, I'm being serious.
I didn't know if you were
like no, just like the sovereignty of God and how this animal found its way to you
No.
because God wanted not just for it to be, but somebody to care for the animal.
Yeah.
You know, like
she has the greatest life. Like, I really do take care of her. And I do feel like she's taught me a lot, especially patience.
yeah.
Do you have anything to say directly to people that think pit bulls are mean? Because I want to address that because a lot of people.
Oh man, I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah,
Kevin.
because there's a big
I had a
thing about
house-
pit bulls. Why are you rescuing it? Why are the ears cut? There's nothing wrong with pit bulls.
No, I just had a conversation with somebody about that last week about pit
They're
bulls.
very loving.
They're so
She's
loving.
amazing.
Yeah. So
It's the people who train them to fight.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, some dogs, any dog can have a aggressive
I've
personality,
seen-
but it's not pit bull
I've
specific.
seen Dalmatians. I've seen different types
Dalmatians
of dogs.
are even more aggressive. And
Some
those
of the
teeth-
meanest dogs I've
Yeah.
ever seen are little rat terriers and those little
Yeah.
like miniature pinchers. They're mean.
Dalmatians' teeth
Yeah.
are super sharp.
I mean, there's certain dogs that have been through stuff that they're reactive,
Yeah.
but me as an owner, I'm gonna take responsibility and help in any way. And she's gone through extensive training.
Yeah.
And it's never like, oh, that's one and done. Like, it's on me all the time.
I'm a firm believer too that you need to be responsible for your dog.
Yeah.
And if you know your dog has some issues, there's certain places that you shouldn't take her.
I don't
Yeah.
take her to
Yeah.
dog parks.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go. I walk her always on the leash, but I'm not gonna take her to a dog park because I know how my dog is.
Yeah. And you have to protect your dog from itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize, oh, my dog's so friendly, and then they get into a fight. You
Yeah.
know, like you have to be a responsible dog owner.
Yeah.
I own big American bulldogs, and my girl Tiffany, I would not let her around any
You
other
know.
dog because she
Yeah.
was a mother. It changed her. She became super dog aggressive. She would never growl or do anything to a person. She's a sweetheart.
That's
princess.
how
But
she
she was protective, you know, and I knew that I couldn't take her out in public and let her off the leash, but my other dog I could.
Yeah.
And you just have to know your animals and protect them. And again, there's nothing wrong with pit bulls, man.
No,
I hate
there's
when
not.
people say that.
Yeah.
There's not.
People used to frown when Frank would take Crystal out. My brother,
How to go.
he had a
It was
American
American Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Okay.
But they look,
They're
people
big,
think
yeah.
that they're pit bulls.
Yeah, it's funny. So I had American Bulldogs, I had two big ones, and people were like, man, what are you feeding that pit? I'm like, I'm not feeding the pit anything. This is American Bulldog. You know, where's the pit?
But when he had her in Rhode Island, he would take her everywhere, and she would just stay by the car, even when he was up on the roof, like fixing roofs. You know,
Like, if it were me, I wanted to bring her to date. Like, if I could take her anywhere, I would.
You should have brought her.
Oh, we should have said something.
I
We're
would
100% dog friendly.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I should have said
She's
something for
so
sure.
good in the car too.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't tear stuff up. She waits for me when I run into stores and things like that.
does
So
she save her poop for you? Like,
she puts it in the bag and ties it up and
That's
puts
nice.
it in the trash for me.
Nice.
where did you get her trained?
It's actually due. I want to give a shout out. It's called Circle K9 in Magnolia.
Circle K9.
If
in
anybody's
Magnolia.
interested, it's amazing.
If you want to have your dog trained to pick up its own poop,
Yeah,
this is the place to go.
awesome. That is cool.
Yeah.
We got a little bit more time, right, Kevin?
Yeah, we're about 58 minutes in on YouTube and about 55 minutes in on Spotify.
Okay, so I have two here.
I want to get a song out of you.
That's not it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
What song, dude?
Acapella. Do you have a song that you want him to sing? I'll look up the lyrics. What's the song?
I was
You
gonna
guys
say
are
the
always-
Spice
you guys are
Girls.
always. I don't even.
Spice
know.
Girls.
I can't do that.
I mean, you
All right,
know
while
the
we're
story.
waiting
I'll
for
do
Kevin
this.
to do that, what are because you show and you you show homes, like you're on the buy side and the sell side, right?
Yeah.
What are some tips for getting the most? I know it's right. This probably doesn't even make any sense right now in our current market, but let's say our market goes back to where it's corrected and it's even between the buyers and sellers, or even the other way around.
Balanced.
What are the what are some selling tips that you give to people who would be selling their home when it wasn't like this?
I think one that's always good is if you have just neutralize the paint. Like if you have different colors and stuff like that, if you could just get maybe like whites, just paint it. I think that goes a long way. Declutter and depersonalize your home. So put up away like anything religious or anything that has photos of you.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Nico has all his pictures of him in the Speedo.
No, those
That
usually-
sells, right? Yeah. Me, Mikey, sex sells.
Dude, it's
Oh,
so
that's right,
over
that's right.
listing.
Exactly.
Everyone keeps on wanting
Drea
to
knows
come
what's
back.
going on. Yeah. Like people aren't
He
actually
wants
making
to
offers;
show
they're just actually rescheduling to come back out.
This is the 40th home tour, open house we've had.
Why
Hey,
is everyone wanting to come see this house?
So these guys know this story, but I was outside sunbathing by my pool,
Oh God.
and I was in my Speedo underwear. That's like what kind of underwear I wear. And the lady who does our pest control opened up the fence, and I was like buns up in the air, and I looked back, and she was like, "Oh, sorry, I tried to call to see if we could come today instead of tomorrow, but you weren't picking up the phone." I was like,
Busy.
"Yeah, because I'm like right here," and I was like, "Do you want me to get up?" And she was like, "You can do whatever." And I thought it would be weirder if I got up and
Yeah.
she saw my front. So I just sat there
Yeah.
like with buns up in the air while she was spraying and everything.
Trust me, it is so much weirder that you stayed.
Yeah.
It's so much weirder. You should have got up.
She
Absolutely.
mentioned it the next time she came back
she's
out.
probably happy that.
Oh yeah,
she's
she's definitely wants the route. She ain't trading
Yeah,
that
she
route.
did
She's like,
get
oh,
that
this
I
is
think
my,
she's
this is my
gonna be like,
address.
Yeah.
"Hey, I called and I told you I was coming," but she
Yeah.
never called
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
time, so she knows you're
And
up
every time
there.
she comes, she's specific. She's looking over that
Yeah.
face. She's
Uh-huh.
like, "That's not
She was
close."
like, "Hey, I
It's raining today. He must not
She's
be
like,
out.
she's at
Hey,
my
I gotta
bathroom window.
reschedule.
She's at my bathroom window, like, hey, I'm just trying to see if I can do it today.
I called a few
You
times.
can stay in the shower, okay?
If she shows up with baby oil, you're busted. You're in
Listen,
trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
African American
There you
ladies
go.
love me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do. Really.
What do they like about
So she was. So
I don't
when you say
know.
African American, does that mean because she's from Africa?
No, black ladies love me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of confused.
Black
me.
ladies
I was
love me.
like,
I don't really know. It's always been that way for my whole life. Black ladies love me.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
probably your personality.
I don't know.
I think white and all other people love you. Nigga. You're very lovable.
But I get this
Aw.
weird like.
Are you gonna sing my song? Because
No,
I want
I
you
don't
to.
want that
I want
song.
you to
What
sing
song?
this to
What
me.
song?
Yeah.
You wanna
definitely
sing a
that
What is it? No,
I just
I'm
looked
not a
up
good
Spice
singer.
Girls.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're the Joker.
I don't like that song though.
Can we look up another Spice Girls?
Yeah, what's that other Spice Girls song?
I have "If You
Oh,
Want to
maybe.
Be My Lover"
Oh,
on there.
well. Hey, are we,
That one.
perfect.
hey,
That
are we
one.
calling me? Is that what's happening here?
Why'd you call him?
I don't-
That's
Dude, this is your phone.
You're
You
calling
pressed
me.
You
it.
pushed it, dude.
I heard.
That's the
I think Siri
easiest
was
trick on
on.
the book. Yep. Easiest trick on the book.
Hanging up on you, dude.
Uh,
You call me from that phone.
Here's
What are you
one.
gonna
Dude.
sing?
Here's one.
All right,
Okay.
let's get a song.
This is from the movie. Well, it's before the movie, but popularized by the movie. What was the Quentin Tarantino film? The Pulp
Kill
Fiction.
Bill, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Let's Stay Together. Do you know that song?
Yeah, sing it, bud.
I don't know. See,
I need you
I've
to
never
look at
heard
the
it.
lyrics for me, though.
Okay, let's stay together.
Yeah. Is it Al Green? I think it's Al Green.
Yeah, sing it. Man, speaking of movies, man, Top Gun was so good, dude.
Oh, God. I don't want to be.
I just watched Gray Man.
Yeah, it was good, right?
I wasn't expecting it to be that good.
I saw
Dude,
it.
I just told them
I
like
saw the trailer and I was like,
it's my second favorite film of all
It
time
was
on Netflix.
action packed, like, and it has Ana de Armas.
Dude, and guess
Little
what?
babe.
I've got a man crush on him for like 10 years.
Yeah, him too. Yeah.
Who?
Good looking people.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
I like him.
There's a scene where he's washing his wounds, and he got jacked
He's
for that
super
movie.
jacked.
What's the movie called?
Gray Man.
Dude, he's a baller. Like,
Oh, I like him a lot. I think
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor.
You heard of
Yeah, he's a
Netflix,
stud.
right? He's
a
on-
stud.
you
You
heard of
heard of the
Netflix?
Netflix.
Never heard of Netflix.
The Netflix. The Netflix.
have you heard of the Netflix streaming?
Netflix. Speaking of which, they're like buckling down trying to catch people that are sharing accounts.
That's what we were talking about last night. They were asking me for my
Upcharge.
password.
That's what I heard.
Oh man, were they really?
So I have 460 emails, and I just make a new one every 30 days. So I've been on a 30. I've been on a 30-day trial for almost 7 years. So Netflix.
Appreciate
The
some,
Netflix.
the
baby.
Netflix.
Shout out to you.
Here it goes. I'll take us
All
out.
right, you're right here.
Yeah.
Let's hear this song.
Yeah. I wish I had the music. That'd be awesome.
Oh, dude, you sound
just
so
acapella,
good.
man.
Your voice is.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want me to, it's alright with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause you make me feel so brand new. And I wanna spend my life with you. All the saying, let's stay together.
Good.
Loving you forever. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad. Why so many people break up? I'll then turn around and make up.
Come on.
I just can't see.
Break it down. Break it down.
Whoa!
Oh, break it down.
Whoa.
You never do that to me.
Yes.
And I lost where I was at on the song.
So,
But they say you gotta stay together. Loving you forever. Whether
Oh.
times are good or bad, happy or sad.
Nice, man.
Nice.
I just got a man crush on you, man. Just as strong as your Ryan Gosling.
It was shaky at first because I always get the nerves.
After the show, can I see the ribs if you
It
go?
definitely got
Can I
better.
see the ribs?
It definitely got better. It definitely got better.
All right, man. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Let's one more time. We should have done this before. Here's where you're at, Andrea.
Realtor in the Loop on the gram.
On the gram.
On the gram.
On the
That's
gram.
how the
The
Tinks.
say it.
Dinks.
That's
That's
what I
how
say. That's it.
But if you do want to look at our website, it's www.cadavidproperties.com.
Cadavid Properties. We sure appreciate you being here. and
Yeah,
giving
we
us
want to
time.
thank you for coming out. This is an awesome show. Thank
Can
you
I do
for.
one more plug?
You can
Yeah,
plug
absolutely.
whatever you want. You go, girl, and we'll take you out. Plug them all.
So I'm going to be hosting a first-time homebuyer seminar coming up August 18th with my preferred lender, and we're going to be talking about what is happening in the current market and how that affects you as a buyer. So please follow me to check out the flyer and for future details.
Awesome.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good seminar for Marvin to attend.
Yeah, you should.
And we
come.
promise we'll put all the details on.
There's going to be food and then a raffle. So.
All right. I'm going to have him out there. Send me the date.
Awesome.
All right, man.
I
Good show,
follow,
guys.
so I'll see it.
Dude, my high fives are so good.
Yeah.